you look better today than you did 10 years ago.
No, I'm gonna.
I don't know how it's possible. Actually, ever. I think this is the best you've ever looked. I don't even know how you're doing it, to be honest with you. You're like Betty Pariso.
Well,
only Betty didn't go as long as you did.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Bill.
We are the Brent team, selling beaded and stainless steel chain jewelry, highlighting and fitness and women's competition pieces. I can even custom just for you. Check us out
at BrentBling.com.
Welcome back to RX Muscle Spotlight. Today's guest has put in over 35 years of competing in both the NPC, IFBB, known her for a million years. She's got her first invite to the Olympia. That is the Masters Olympia. What I'm talking about is Michelle Brent. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Dave. Long time, man.
You were so eager to talk. You couldn't even wait till the intro was over. You were already talking.
Right. I'm like, wow, I know. I'm so excited, you know.
Wow. I knew who you were because back in the 90s, I remember reading the magazines. I would see, every so often they would have like some results and I'd see your name in there. But I think I first met you, it was back in California. It had to be in like 96 or something like that. I went out to California and John Lindsay had me guest pose at his, I think it was the Excalibur in Culver City. And I believe you won the women's bodybuilding there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would always try to do, actually, I think I came in second because believe it or not, I would always do a national show, the Nationals, or it was usually the Nationals, and then Lindsay would have his show the week after. So
that's right, the last show of the year.
And you check this one out. So technically, I wouldn't be in the middleweight class anymore because I'm not going to, so I would be in the heavyweight, and I could win this, Well, there's always a good heavyweight that wants to qualify for the following, the next year. So I would always come in, actually, believe it or not, second at his shows. And which one girl that came and did it when I didn't do it, that was Isabel Terrell.
Oh, Isabel Terrell, yeah, but she did it way after you, yeah.
Yeah.
People don't realize back in the 90s, okay, and I'm not saying it was. You got to understand, there was only women's bodybuilding in women. There was no other option. So. You had to do women's bodybuilding if you wanted to compete. So the competition was way, way harder because any woman who wanted to compete was doing bodybuilding, and that's all there was. And there was, think about some of the genetic freaks in figure nowadays. If they ever did bodybuilding, how good they would be.
Crazy. I know.
That was the 90s. That was the 90s.
And that was also even harder because you had to win the overall. So there was. I started where there was 3 classes, and they brought back the light heavyweight, and that was the class that I eventually fit into, and it was hard, man. I mean, I don't even know. My history is crazy, but I had gotten 6 second places at the North American. Count them, 6. And then I finally get the win in 2010 it was, and I still didn't get the overall because Monique Jones, I couldn't, that was one of my.
I actually helped her for that show. Sorry about that.
Really? That's all good. She's amazing. Yeah. But the thing was, it wasn't so much that I was striking for the 35 and over because they started doing, the Masters. Right. And they actually, at the USA, the North American, because it was Gary's show. They included it. Okay, I got to get this. So I got the win again in the 35 and over. This is my crazy story history. So who shows up? Claire Furr. Not Claire Furr. Claire, what was her name? She was from California.
Claire Robacher.
What was her last name?
Robacher.
No.
Yeah. No, he's right. I think she changed her name, though. I think she got married,
Yeah. And she had done the USA the week before, got totally ripped off. She should have got the overall.
She looked really good.
So she comes to the North American in, the Masters part, because she was over 35 and killed me. And she, and so I struck out there totally. And who was working with her?
Honey. unlike the other divisions, like nowadays, like if you come in top 2 at the nationals in men's bodybuilding, you get a pro card.
I know.
I mean, the women still are like overall. If you don't win the overall, you don't get a pro card. Except at the nationals.
I mean, I shake my head every time I look at the list every year of all the people that get their pro card. I just have to zip them out, bro. But hey, I did.
It was always hard in women's bodybuilding to get a pro card, and you know what? It still is, because the numbers are not up there because of women's physique now. But you've been competing. I think this is your 33rd or 34th year you've been competing.
This is actually, believe it or not, I count them on my little fingers. This is actually into my 36th year.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I started, like I said, in 1985, I did an unsanctioned NPC show. So technically I started in 1986, and that's when I won the San Jose Super Bowl. It was Paul Love was the promoter back then.
Oh my God, that's
oh my God, I got to send you pictures, because I have a full, array of pictures from 1985 to now, and it was crazy. Yeah. So I counted it this morning. I go, holy shit, this is into my, technically it would really be, it's 37, but it would really be 38 if you counted 1985. I mean,
I'm going to pull something up. Tell me what year this is from right here.
That was when I had my gym. I had my own. They call me the Martha Stewart of bodybuilding, because I owned my own gym in my hometown in the Monterey Peninsula, and that was 96, 97, when I first opened it. Yeah, it was called Bayside Fitness, and it was my my kids. We had a high school up the hill, and the teacher would bring the whole class, and I would help them out. That was fun. I had a great time. Yeah. So there's other auxiliary things I did, besides, just stepping on stage.
How did you even get into bodybuilding? Because bodybuilding back in the 80s really wasn't a big thing. Women were just kind of getting introduced to. How did you get into?
Well, number one, I was always an athlete. I mean, I did sports in high school. I did almost every sport. And then what happened was 1985, I joined a gym. And then my first husband had noticed me, and then there was this couple that were the couple of the time. And it was when, what do you call it? The couples were popular, and they were, they were the bomb. They were the shit. So they had noticed me, and they said, hey, you could, get into, bodybuilding and do, these shows things. I go, really? I said, okay. So I tried it literally 3 weeks, they said, well, stop eating, back then they didn't have no diets and nothing. We had no real coaches, and they said, and just do cardio for 3 weeks. And, and here's carrots and here's some egg whites. And I don't know what it was. I jumped in, and it was just my start. And I just knew that I had a base already. I always had the upper body. And I didn't, that unsanctioned show, I didn't even, that was the Cal State Championship, 1986.
That had to be 80s. Yeah, that was 80s.
Yeah, man, look at the mullet hairdos, hairdo.
Yeah.
And Renee Casella, the one that's really dark, thought we looked alike, but she was like most muscular back then. And Kathy Palio, she goes by Tripoli now, was the shit back then. and God rest Alzado's his soul, but it was a cool picture, man. I mean, so people, like I said, they don't really understand. I need an award for the longevity of doing this crazy sport.
You know what? I don't. First of all, I was going to ask you. You're 65 years old now. I don't know how and you're going to the Miss Olympia and Masters, the Masters Miss Olympia.
My little dream come true.
I mean, you've been. Yeah, I'm sure you probably never thought this would ever happen, just because it took you so. When did you turn pro? About was it 2 years ago?
Dave, 25 years it took me. Not like
no, I know. What was the year that you turned pro? I don't remember.
2012. It took me 25 years, literally.
2020. Okay.
Crazy, with only 3 years off. That literally only 3 years in that 25 years, off to get it. And it took me, I get seconds, I get third, I get, like I was telling you, I got the first overall, and like, what do I have to do? So I went to the Universe. It was 2012.
When you first turned pro, though, there was no Masters Pro shows really.
No.
You must have thought, oh, here I go. That's the end of my career. But you never stopped.
I'm 53 at the time. What am I going to do with
you?
This?
Didn't stop though. That's the amazing thing. I can't.
Man.
And you know what? I've got to give you a compliment. Let me speak for a second.
Okay.
You look better today than you did 10 years ago.
No, I'm gonna.
I don't know how it's possible. Actually, ever. I think this is the best you've ever looked. I don't even know how you're doing it, to be honest with you. You're like Betty Pariso.
No. Well,
only Betty didn't go as long as you did, you know.
And twofold. I trained smart. I never trained beyond, you know, if I felt like I was getting a tweak or twinge, I never would like, okay, I'm just going to go and do 10 more reps, whatever. So I've never injured myself, literally never injured myself in the gym. And nutrition wise, I've always been really pretty good. I mean, didn't, you know, like get too crazy in the off season, always ate pretty good. Never had quote unquote metabolic damage. And I've just been very blessed. I did retire in 2017. I said, that's it. And then the carrot dangled again when Jake Wood brought back, you know, the women in Olympia. And I'm like, okay.
Bodybuilders never retire. They just take breaks.
Yeah, well, that's it. Technically, everyone goes, yeah, right, Michelle. Oh, yeah, you're right.
What year was that, Michelle? That's a great picture of you.
That was, oh my God, the very beginnings. And, you know, women's physique were the original OGs of doing photo shoots. Yeah, and Barry Brooks is still hanging out. Bill Jens was the owner. This was 1996. The first year.
Yeah, John Nathaliotis.
Yeah, Nathaliotis, John. Yeah. We all had a crush. Well, I had a crush on him. All the girls had a crush on John. 1996. That was my very first photo shoot with them.
That's good. Yeah. You were big then. I didn't realize how big you were back then.
Well, you know what happened that year? I said, okay, let's go heavyweight. Okay, let's go for it. So, you know, I think I got up to 175. For me, I'm 5'3" and a half, a quarter. The off season, I said, let's go to USA. Let's try heavyweight class. So I looked decent. I looked good. But when I got against the lineup of 25 girls, who, okay, Dave, included Heather Foster, who won, Iris Kyle, Betty Pariso, Laura Ottenad. Okay, so that was the lineup I was faced. I said I got wiped out.
And they were way taller than you too, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like I competed with the best as an amateur. You know?
So when Gary comes out with starts coming out with these pro masters events, did that kind of revitalize you a little bit?
Yeah, what happened was I knew it was, you know, it was in the works. I mean, I knew it was in the works. I knew it wasn't just rumor. I knew Jake had wanted to
get the Masters Olympia. I'm talking about when Gary started first doing the Masters Pro shows.
Right. Yeah. But I never thought there was going to be like, I had in hopes in the back of my mind that at some point there was going to be a championship for Masters. And I said, all these people are able to turn pro now. There's got to get something. So like I said, Jake Wood came up with, hey, let's bring back the Masters Olympia, but let's make it all the divisions. Let's make it legit. Let's make it like true blue, not just the men. And, you know, and so, I mean, I just kept on hanging in there, hoping that at some point I was going to be able to end my career with at least one championship under my belt. I just wanted a stage where it was, you know how I love to pose. Wanted one stage where I was like, it was huge, like so overwhelming. Because every time I'd be on the stage, 1990, let's see, that was 1999. Nationals when I came in second. That was another thing where I built myself up for the nationals. I had 97 third, 98 second, 99. I thought it was good. Well, no, I'm sorry. Anyway, that was 99 and I came in second. And then in 2000, I thought was going to be my year. And that's another long story. And I missed my class and I never got the pro card.
Oh, no way. You missed your class? Oh shoot.
Yeah, that was, I mean, Dave, I could talk to you for hours on my career. Like I said, I was building up. I got a third, a second. In 99, I got, you know, the second. And then I go to 2000, New York. It was in New York. And the guy was helping me, you know, like, quote unquote, coaching me. He couldn't get there in time. So I was with a friend, Dave, rest her soul, Denise Gerard, who was a very good friend.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah, and so we were there, and she was like, okay, she's going to help me, you know, lose those last few pounds. And there was a competitor who had passed away also, Renee O'Neill, her name was.
Yep.
And she goes, and she's competing, and she's like, nah, Michelle, don't do the diuretic. Nah, just, you know, just, you know. So I never didn't make the class, and I had to go heavyweight.
Oh, no.
I swear there were so many things in my history that were just crazy. I know my history, 2006 or 2007 North American. That was another second place that I had gotten. That was, and the first place gal who is actually got the invite also was Marie Segura, was a little shit brick house.
She won the overall, right?
She won the overall, but what I thought maybe I'd get it because those were the years they were like going for some little, not smooth, but a prettier physique. And here she comes, big shit brick house. And I was like, oh my God, I can't win again.
She was big.
But she actually got the invite also. She put it in for this Masters Olympia and is going to be there. So I got my redemption coming here.
I mean, the whole Masters Olympia thing, to say you're on the Olympia stage, and it doesn't matter if it's Masters or not, because first of all, you're going to be you'll probably be the oldest competitor in the whole show.
And I need to get an award for that one too.
They should absolutely give you an award.
I swear.
Because you know what? People don't realize I'm 55 and I'm falling apart. And I can tell you that it doesn't matter if you have the passion to go to the gym and train. I have the passion to train and to eat right and everything like that, but my body is not cooperating, so the body cooperating is the main part. Your body is still cooperating with you, and that's why you're able to continue doing what you're doing at 65 years old, at looking better than you've looked your entire career. I've never seen anyone do this, to be honest with you.
I know. They've got to give me some recognition at this point. Come on.
Yeah. No, because it's one thing when you see guys in their 50s who look great, like Kamal El-Gargani looks great in his 50s. Vince Taylor looked good when he was in his 50s.
Right.
Robbie Robinson, but you're in your 60s. You're not even just 60. You're 65. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, seriously.
But I truly have to admit that this is, thank the Lord that I got this, because I really truly believe this is my last year, because I do have a little bit of just old age. I don't say old age, but
you have aches.
Wear and tear things. My wrist is really bothering me. My hip joints. So it's starting to tell me, and like I said, I'm smart. I understand.
Would you lose weight? I mean, would you drop 10 pounds? What would you do if you stopped competing?
I'm probably about drop about 10 maybe, but stay like when I had retired in 2017 and I lost about 10 pounds. But I still, I have so much damn muscle and mature muscle that I look good. I was like, I like this look. I don't have to worry about having big lats, and so when I came, unfortunately, when I decided to come back, and my back has always been my nemesis, now I have to work hard again. But no, yeah, that's what probably about 10 pounds. And I don't, like I said, like you, I mean, I eat right, I just, I have my little cheat here or there. Bill and I, both of us are, and just eat right, Yeah,
you and I will go out and we'll eat something that that's not healthy, and we'll feel guilty about it. Meanwhile, I'm thinking about most people eat that every day, and I'm like, I'm feeling guilty about it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get coronary artery disease from eating this horrendous little treat here. Meanwhile, I have 0% body fat. I eat right every single day, but that's part of the addiction that we got. That's the bodybuilding thing going on.
Yeah, and either that or people, or being an athlete, or being just aware of your body. I mean, I just always have been aware and not like, okay, this is a fad thing. I want to lose some weight. Let's do a show. Boom, and then you're fat again. And the girls I got metabolic damage. And I'm like,
everyone has an excuse. It was the thyroid hormone they took, they had metabolic damage, adrenal fatigue. No, you just stuffed your face with junk food. That's what happened.
Right. These latest terms crack me up. I'm like, oh Jesus, oh my God. But anyway, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Because in women's bodybuilding over the year has always had you guys have the most unique. I say unique in a very nice way. Unique fans that follow you guys. I mean, they love you guys. I mean, the fans of women bodybuilding are lifelong fans. You probably have guys that have been following you since 1985. And they're still.
I have a few, and if I decided I wanted to friend everybody, I'd have 2 million, followers. But right. As it stands, I have 7,000 or so, because I don't, friend them all. But of course. Yeah, they're, but they hang in there, man. They give us.
No, they're great. They're very loyal. Those guys.
Yeah, they are.
What is the oddest? What's the oddest thing that one of these fans have asked you to buy or buy from you or to have you do? Because I know they all ask for weird stuff, they want you to pose with holding up your boyfriend in the air, and they do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Some of them like you to like stomp, they like you. They would say, "Oh, could you stomp on me?" Or what? What do you? Okay, I'll stomp on whatever.
I have a friend who's a woman bodybuilder. She said there was this guy that she'd been friends with for years, and as she got bigger and bigger, one day he showed up at her house, like knocked on the door, and she's like, "What's up? Is everything okay?" She thought like something was wrong. He's like, "I'll give you $100. Can you punch me in the face?" She's like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I mean, this is like a friend of hers, like a normal friend. He's like, "Just please, I punch me in the face as hard as you can." And she's, "I don't want to hurt you, please." And he gave her the money, and she punched him in the face, and he left. And it was just,
It's so funny because everyone always like, because I'm muscular, big, and they always think, you're a big badass. You always get the the stigma, the cliche, whatever. Oh, you scare me. You must be, beat your boyfriend or your husband up. No, man, I'm mellow. I'm chill. This is just the way I look.
yeah, they want to believe that you're doing that.
Right. So I give them a big number or the lifts.
Right.
They always like to, like ask you, how much I just put up.
How big your arms? How much do you bench? Maybe you ever crushed a watermelon between your thighs? All those usual questions that everyone gets asked.
It's crazy, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. There are people that are just harmless and they love women bodybuilders. I said, go buy a ticket though. Come and watch us, on stage.
Yeah.
And,
you've always been like one of the better posers. I said on stage, you always have a great routine. You're very entertaining, and that to me, that's something that a lot of people don't put a lot of time into. But I will say this: I think the women bodybuilders do put a lot of time into their routines, more so than the other divisions of men.
Yeah.
And how did you get involved with that? Were you into dance? Like, why were you so? Why do you have such good body awareness and everything like that?
Yeah, I just love dance. I love to dance. If I wasn't in Discover Bodybuilding, I always wanted to be one of those like troupe dancers. Like a background. The whole learning the steps and all that. But so I just love to dance. And so ironically, you asked me that because the first show, which was that 1985 show, and they had said, "Oh, you get this 1 minute to do whatever you want, but you have to put some, poses in, bodybuilding poses." Oh, really? So I said, holy crap, I had the best time ever. Oh my God. It's like, I found my niche. I go, well, I could be muscular and work out, but yet I could be entertaining and do what I love to do with, quote unquote part, like, dance. So I just, the first routine that I did that first year, it was like automatic. I don't know if, you probably didn't have the one. It was 1986. I was doing the NorCal, and I did the splits, and everyone was like, "What?" And I have a very cool, awesome routine already set up for Master Olympia.
I was going to say, do you have something special for the?
It's going to be badass. It's how I used to always do slow, and then I would, end it with something, kind of like, okay, yawn, 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 and all of a sudden, like, what? Well, that's what I'm doing. So, and I hadn't done one of those kind of routines in a while.
Weren't you and Bill into like ballroom dancing for a while? Like, am I making that up?
No, yeah, you're making that up.
I thought you guys did a routine together. Didn't you guys once do a routine together?
No, he had gotten he made his little comeback. And I said, come on, man, because he started bodybuilding in 1970s before me. So I got him to get back on stage at the North. Well, it was always a Masters. And so I would have him with
that's
routine,
what I'm thinking about. Yeah, the Masters Nationals. That's
yeah. He actually got when they brought in that welterweight, he actually won that. And didn't get through all. I'm screaming, and if he ever competed today again, he would probably be obviously into the classic physique because he was always doing those poses, he would all this the vacuum, so I'm trying to convince him to do one more dance too.
Let me ask you this question. You guys started the jewelry company, Brett's Blings.
Brent Bling.
And obviously we played the commercial before the show. Talk to me about how that came about.
That came about, we were still living in California and had a friend that made a couple of beaded bracelets, and she had a little Hamza hand, for spirituality thing. Sure. So I'm a supporter, and it was on Facebook. I saw it, and I said, hey, send me, how much do you want per, bracelet? So she said, $35. Okay, so she sent them. And one day I saw a little cup of beads And I thought, what the hell is this? And Bill goes, oh, my bracelet broke. I said, oh. So literally, this is how I tell the story. I bought the stretch band, researched it, and the best, strongest, re-threaded it. And I said, wow, this is kind of cool. What if I put a dumbbell in there? Or what if the competition girls, what if I put crystals or something? So that's how it started. And we didn't really make it an official business and just until last year. Bill, my husband, Bill, said, hey, he was in between, he's not really officially retired yet, but he goes, let's make it a full business. He's the businessman, the business part. He has all the savvy in that, direction, all the commercials, if you got his cute little commercials, and I'm the creator. So that's how it started. And then little by little, we did booths in California while we're still there, hooked up with Muscle Contest, El Guindy's, and who took over for John Lindsay, and did some booths there. And when we came here, I went straight away into Rich Singelman's show in Baltimore. And we love it. We have a booth this weekend. It's a lot of work, but it's fun because I do my creative thing. This is a cool one I have here. It's kind of a link kind of.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
you sent me some stuff, some really cool stuff. My son stole the necklace you sent me with the snake on it.
Look at this necklace. This one's a badass.
Oh,
we
nice.
love cat. Yeah, we love cats. And I have I should send you another one. I do have another Cobra, and he's spread out. His hood is spread out.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to send you
the one
that.
You stole. My son, I don't even know where it is. My son has it. He stole it. My daughter stole. My daughter stole the one you sent for Amanda. So, but thank you for sending. They're beautiful. Yeah, they look like they cost a fortune. These things, and they're very reasonably priced.
Yeah,
and women all wear costume jewelry on stage, right? I mean, with their suits.
Yeah, and that's where I'm trying to build that up, and it's starting to snowball a little bit because everyone's got some pretty stuff, and it's mostly silver, and it's always the same costume looking jewelry. There's one company that it's pretty, it's real thick, and it's got color, but they don't make it. I actually custom make. I'll get real crystals.
Every piece? I didn't know that. Wow.
With that?
You make every piece yourself?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like the one I sent you. Yeah. So I'll get the crystals of the color of the girls' suits. I mean, to match perfectly. And I'll do a 4 and a 2 inch, and one side, and they're gorgeous. And then I put what's called the diamante connectors. So they're so one of a kind. And the girl say I do Hella Trevino's, I do Rashana Boswell's for the Olympia. And they're just gorgeous. I'm doing a couple more for some girls that are doing the New York Pro. I'll be at the New York Pro this coming weekend.
Okay.
And we won't have a booth, but I'm bringing some of my stuff. Yeah, that was a custom one for a gal that has. Remember Mary Ellen Jarumbo?
I'm very good friends with her.
Oh my God, Mary Ellen, very good friends with Bill.
She has her backstreet gym. She carries my product there. Oh yeah, we love Mary Ellen.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the composition stuff is cool because it's custom made by me with the colors of the girls' suits. So, but yeah, no, most of the stuff I do is handmade. All the beaded stuff. Now, if I get a pendant like this one here on it swivels on my neck, and it's a floating dumbbell. And then I'm Italian, so I got the Gorni, the Italian horn, and put it over here.
Protect you from the evil eye, Malocchia.
Yeah. That's that. But I'm a Sicilian, so I have.
I'm Sicilian too. I know all about it. I had to hear about the evil eye. Everyone's get the evil eye,
I know. I do a ton of evil eye stuff. I do whatever the person's into. That's what's unique about our company, Brent's Bling.
You can do it all, is what you're saying.
I just did a guy goes, hey, I want a dumbbell, big dumbbell, because we have the big ones. But I want a plate weight with it. So I have this awesome plate weight. And so we put them together. And then, so it's fun because
you should make a big clock for Flava Flav. See if you can get like a really big clock.
Whatever they want. Yeah. So
I ran into Flava Flav once in I think it was the Bellagio Hotel. It was like some after party, and he was, rip roaring drunk, and he actually came over and gave me a hug. I don't know why. That fucking clock around his neck was weighed so much. He almost took a chunk out of my arm with that thing. Yeah. Almost got a concussion from the thing.
You know what? And you know, that runs into what we also sell is the latest thing. You know, the athletes, of course, are real diamonds. We may run into using moissanite, but I bought Bill a moissanite one. But we do the ice stuff. They love that shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's on our site. It's got the big iced chain, and then I'll have an ice dumbbell, you know, like so it's like I appeal to any, you know, any flavor of whatever anyone wants. I don't have one style. It's like, you want that? Okay, I'll try it. I'll try to put it.
I like that you're willing to do anything and customize. That's what makes it fun, you know?
Yeah, the one on the top there, you know, that's, you know, that was for a kid that's, you know, a gay guy that I know, and he was, hey, let's do the rainbow color. Okay, sure, why not? You know?
All right, so let's talk Masters Olympia, because that's the big show. All right, it took you 36 years to get here. You're doing the Olympia in August. You got to go all the way out to Romania to do this thing.
And I had known that was the plan. Like I said, I had built myself up doing all those shows last year, and mainly the Masters division. But I knew it, you know, we were talking to some people, it's going to be in Romania. I said, I don't care where it is. You got to understand.
Because that's probably the first international show you've ever done, right?
Yes, it will be. And I went to Puerto Rico, but that's U.S. tributary, But so we're excited. We're actually going to bring the jewelry with us. Believe it or not, Bill's got to take care of that. But we are excited because it's a beautiful country. I mean, why not? Sure. Why not international? They drew in a lot of international competitors. It was a little interesting how they picked, but I won't go there. But there's, you know, because it was invite. I'm excited.
People who did not get invited, it was kind of weird. Yeah, I was surprised.
Well, there was a couple girls I was like, what? Scratch it, but that's okay. It's all good. I got in there, and then I saw the big stage, you know, Cluj, was it Cluj, Romania? Cluj-Napoca. And then I got so my little hairs, because I saw the big stage. I go, I've never been on a big stage like that. And it's always, believe it or not, cliche, but my dream come true to end it all, you know, with, I'm gonna cry, Dave. I tell you, man, I swear.
Let it out.
Man, it's like, I know, it's like
you earned it. You earned it for sure.
Yeah,
you've been with a long time.
Bill's been with me for, you know, we've been married almost 19 years now, man. And he's been there for most of those years. And, you know, he's seen the ups and downs, and he is just amazing because he understands it, you know, and we give ourselves the space when we need to. We're never, I'm, you know, being hot-headed Italian a little bit here or there, but not much, because I'm pretty mellow. But yeah, so I said, let's go for it. If I get this, it's one more time. I'm still trying to, believe it or not, put a little bit more muscle on as I'm dieting. So I want to give a plug to my coach, Gina Caballero, her name is. She's great. I love her. She's a friend of mine, and Hella Trevino, she helped out last year. She knows her shit. I mean, she does a really good job with me. And it's not because we're friends, because we put that apart, but, you know, it's like the one-on-one with, you know, like with you, FaceTiming, sure. Little intricate things. I used Shelby Starnes last year, which was great. I used her in 1 year, and I said, well, if I was done, and then I said, okay, well, let me do it on my own. And I said, no, I'm gonna need some, you know, a little help. So I said, hey, Gina, let's do this, man. So I carried over. I'm going to use her for this prep. The nutrition is easy. I mean, it's, you know, there's carbs, but not, you know.
I mean, you're in shape right now. I mean,
I got 18 weeks. It's always been my glutes, if you know. Last year we almost got there, but it's so, the bar is raised so high now because a lot of these girls crossing over from physique are shredded.
Right. Well, you know what? But you know what? I told you, I've never seen you look as good as you did last year. And I think, didn't you place top 5 in an open show?
I did. Okay, New York was my first, because that was my bucket list show.
Right.
Transparent. I came dead last. I came in 8th out of 8. But you know what? I got recognition because Mannion was sitting in the front row with Isabel.
You're also the oldest person in the lineup, so no one's expecting anything.
So Mannion's there, and he's like, I know that lady.
He's only seen you 400 times on stage.
Right. And he goes, how old is she, Isabel? 64, Jim. And he's like, holy shit. So at least I got, you know, then went into Toronto. which was a little smaller than it had been, but Toronto Pro, and I came in third. That was my first top 3 at
That's
Toronto.
awesome. Yeah, because I remember seeing you place. I was so happy for you, because I knew how much that meant to you.
And I got my little cards, here in our beautiful living room. I have the fake card they give you with the money card.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You've actually earned money now as a bodybuilder. So anyone who said to you, you're wasting your time because you'll never make any money in the sport, you can tell them to go F themselves now, right?
Right. And then I had seen where it was going with the Masters. So, Tim Gardner is in conjunction with Jake Wood a lot with putting Masters, divisions. And of course, Gary Udit it. So I said, let's go for it. So I did the Worlds. I came in first in the 65 and over. I did Tampa, I did. There was 2 of it. I didn't look that, I had been sick the week before. So I came in second, and there was 2 of us. And then I went to Savannah was my best win. Win to me. I came in third there. And that was probably the strongest lineup, in the Masters. And then topped it off with the Baltimore Masters Pro with the 2 wins with 40 and 50, I guess. So I knew that there was this buildup, for this year. And when they announced they were having it, I did my little video. I'm going to make you laugh. I got to send you my video, Dave. So I'm sitting here in my little living room. Bill wasn't around. I set up my little tripod. I'm sitting like this, oh, and I go, hello, this is Michelle Brent. I'm 65 and blah, blah, blah. So I do this 1-minute thing, and it's so homemade. I loved it. I think it was the best video ever.
Is that how you had to apply to do the Masters Olympia?
Yeah, you had to do like the Rising Phoenix, the show that Jake has for the women. After the Olympia they were shit canned from Olympia. So yeah, it was an invite. You had to just do the form, your history, and then the video was just an extra. If you wanted.
That's cool. That's cool. Now that's a great idea because now you have an ability to show your personality and to really, because if I was watching these videos, and I would be swayed by the people's videos, because even if maybe they didn't place as well as you want in a lineup, if the video was compelling and the story was compelling, I would want them in the lineup just for the story.
I was sitting there, and once again, I'll send it to you. You're gonna laugh. And I took the 3 most prominent trophies and had them around me. And one was a Cal State, which was a real marble base, small but a real marble base. I started with this trophy, and then the background was from the 1990 Nationals. Dave, I have to clean it maybe once a month. It's real silver. It's real silver bowl. Wow. And then there was an eagle that was
You should have showed him your Social Security card. That would have gotten him alone.
Well, you know what? We had to send in our license to prove that we were beyond 40. I'm oh dear. Yeah. Well, they started it at 45, and then for just the bodybuilding, but I think they wanted to attract more people to it, so they cut it down to 40.
They should have done 50 and over. That's what a lot of us thought.
Well, if they really want to make it quote unquote more
Masters
legit, whatever you want to call it, they need, once again, I need to be on this new committee for next year, because I have already mapped out how they need to qualify, and the criteria of how they need to qualify, and so they.
I would base it exclusively on the video. I would base it exclusively on the video you sent. I wouldn't even look at anything else. It's like when you go to when you're applying to colleges, these colleges, they want to read your essay and see what your story is. That's what I want, the most compelling stories on stage, and I want them over 50, because you know what? There are people in their 40s who are very competitive on the open scene right now. It's almost not fair.
Yeah, I think they need to at least bring it back to, say, 45, and then in the if they do a qualifying thing at the show, this is my criteria, which they always do something where you scratch your head. It needs to be 45 and over division is the only division you could get that qualification. Hey, so for instance, if there's a 50 and over and 60, fine and dandy, but you just get prize money. But that 45 and over is the only class. And if I want to take the chance, I would at 65 go into that 45 and over to get that qualification for 2024. and no crossovers, because there's so many, it doesn't make it legit. You're going to cross over.
Well, they make you pick a division in the open Olympia. You can't. There are people that qualify for 212 and open, and they got to pick one. They can't do both.
Right. So that's it. In these qualifying shows, only that 45 and over,
right.
And you have to pick your division, because, and if you want to do a crossover, fine and dandy, but that division does not get a qualification. That's how I see it clear and cut how they need to do it as a qualifier. So you can have
now that you have a show, right? Because before that there was no show to do it at. Now you can qualify it. Well, what if a new person that hadn't done the Olympia wants to qualify? How do you get them into the show?
You know what? This is interesting because I'll just say it quickly. It was an invite this year, and I think because they did they gave a little bit more stipulation. I don't know what their reasoning was, but believe it or not, there's a couple of gals, and there could be a couple of guys that have never done a pro show, just got pro card, and they got invited. So I'm like, so they might have a different criteria for this year. Say, their masters, maybe that girl's story, like you said, compelled them, even though she, they had never done. But that's, it gives an opportunity to, different people, I hear me with a, huge record and huge, history. And because I think it's masters, there was a little bit more leniency on that. But like I said, if they want to do, and this is in all seriousness, if they want to do it as a qualifier for 2024, they need to have, like I said, just one division, 45 and over, and that's the division that gives you your qualification.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. But then how would they get people for the 55 and over and the 60 and over division?
Well, like I was saying, you could have that, but give them prize money. Those,
right. Okay, I see what you're saying. So in other words, if you do the 45 and over and whatever, you place fifth per se, but you're the best 65 and 60 and over competitor, you're going to get extra prize money, is what you
right. Just that's what, and that's simple. That solves that.
That makes sense.
It makes sense. Like 45 and over qualification. If you want to do 55 and over, or say 50, you want to do. Well, I think they're going to keep it at 40. So 40 and over would be the qualification. 50, 60, 70, whatever. You get your win, but you only get prize money. That's. I mean, it's an easy. To me, that's an easy. And no crossing over. If you want to cross over, you can't, actually no crossovers.
Do you have to fly yourself out there, or do they fly you out there, or do they give you a hotel?
No, it's on our ticket, but I think Bill was smart. We're going to get Bill in here in a second here. He said, let's just I go, you have to take care of it, because we have a big solid Pelican case, and we could put the jewelry just on flat trays. So we're bringing the stuff and using it as a write-off, but it's all on us. Yeah. I just want the damn Olympia sweatshirt, the sweatsuit.
She wants the sweatsuit. She can walk around and say, "I'm in the Olympia." Yeah, no one will know the difference anyway. They'll be like, "Oh, she's in the Olympia,"
I want to peacock around with that first Masters Olympia sweatsuit.
You earned your stripes, Michelle. You deserve it. All right, get Bill in here. Let's talk about the jewelry for a second. Bill, what's the special deal?
Let's bring my
what's
buddy,
the special deal you're going to be giving to my RX Muscle community here for this jewelry?
Hey, Dave, thank you very much. We've enjoyed your podcast and what you bring and the different subjects and everything. It's fantastic. I remember meeting you and watching you compete in New York when I was there, and you're in Long Island and just starting Species, and you and Michelle collaborated years ago at the Masters Nationals with a Species protein cookie.
Yeah,
it was right. I forgot about that. You're 100% right. Wow.
Now you have your own cookie,
It started your own cookie.
G makes cookies. Yeah, he makes cookies.
But we collaborated, so you and Michelle have a history of great collaboration.
That's right. You're reminding me of this. Now all my memories are coming back now. You're right.
No.
Michelle's a great cook too. I forgot to add that to your list of accomplishments.
You sure you didn't have brain surgery too? No.
It's called old age, Michelle. I can't remember anything.
At this age, there's enough winning for everybody to go around. There's enough for everybody.
That's right. That's right.
So I look at it. I look at it that way. But we're thrilled to be on your site, and for the RX Muscle community, we have a 15% off site-wide on BrentsBling.com, and the discount code is all capitals RX Muscle. 15% off. Discount code RX Muscle. It's in effect today.
Nice. So guys, check it out for all your contest jewelry. If you're a woman, if you're a man, you want to just have some really cool chains
Look
or
at this,
bracelets.
this is
they
what I was
make it
telling
all.
you about on his neck here. See how solid that is.
Hold on, let me zoom that in. Hold on.
Yeah, look at that badass boy.
Ah, that's badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's heavy, heavy on the neck.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
actually a custom piece for somebody.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, we've been doing little tables at like a lot of the Gold's gyms around here in the DMV area. We're in Virginia, Herndon, Virginia, near DC. And there was a guy that came in. He said, "We saw your commercial on RX. I watch Dave's show all the time."
Oh, that's
I said,
funny.
"Oh, you."
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We get reach. We see from the site the people that click on the link for RX Muscle. So we
great.
thank you for the collaboration, and we want to
anything
continue.
we can do to help. We want to help.
We want to continue being on your site for the rest of this year. We thank you very much for the collab.
No, yeah, look, you guys are great. I know you guys for 100 years, and so anything to help. We got to help each other out. We're all iron brothers and sisters.
Hell
at the end
yeah.
of the day.
100%.
OG, baby.
100%.
OG.
That's right. That's right. Well, Michelle, I want to wish you the best of luck at the Masters. Olympia. I can't believe I'm saying the word Olympia and Michelle Brent. But you will be there in the women's bodybuilding division, and I hope for a top 5 for you. I'm praying for you.
Man, boom. Let's do this, buddy.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Dave, we wish you continued success with everything you do too.
I need some of your species. Which one I would the workout.
Send me your address when you hang up. I'll send you a little care package. Send me your address.
Yeah.
You sent me a nice care package. I'll send you one.
Say hi to Amanda and the kids.
I definitely will. All right.
Great for you. Congratulations.
Michelle Brent, 36 years and going strong at 65 years of age on the Olympia stage come August at the Masters Olympia. Doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely not. Dave, thank you very much.
Thank you. That's going to take us to the end of another RX Muscle Spotlight. I'm Dave Palumbo for the Brents. We'll see you next time.